are welcome to the bottom line Liberia.
Well, we want to say welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia discussions. This beautiful 27th of June 2025. We've gone 6 months into the year, and the Bottom Line still stands, bringing you information as they unfold. Tonight we have a full house here. Jima Kamara is here from the UK. Manchester to be specific, Paul the Lord Triple from London, and Francis Mensah, Sweden, and I'm coming to you from Norway. Tonight we're going to bring you the information, as you may have heard some of them already. Former President Samuel Kanyando remains were laid to rest alongside his wife today in Grand Jide County. We may bring you some videos. As you already know, that the government of Liberia has begun rounding up opposition politicians for different reasons. Some for allegedly burning the Capitol building, and others for allegedly stealing rice. So all of those things we'll be discussing tonight. So we urge you to be with us on the Bottom Line Liberia for the next 2 hours. And our man Paul the Lord Triple is well seated to take us across the world, because we do not only do it at home, we also check from the outside world. So all of those coming up tonight, make it your business to sit with us, and we're going to take a quick musical break as my man Jima, who is our control, gets ready to roll our theme song, music. And right after, while that music is playing, we ask you to kindly help us to share the show. We already see people are pouring in, and as we pour in, just share or musical break, musical introduction. Let me ask
my people, where you at? Wake up from the slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands. Come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who are so, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach in thee, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the borough. I said no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. Telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock them for us. We tire with the promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in D and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why does you lie? Why does you steal? Why does you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock them for us.
Well, let's say welcome back again to the Portland Liberia discussions. Like I said before, it's going to be a full night and full house tonight. Dimar Kamara is ready from Manchester. Paul is ready from London, and Francis Mensah is ready from Sweden. And like I said, today we're going to be looking at several issues, some of which include the final burial of former President Samuel K. Doe alongside his wife, Mrs. Nancy B. Doe in Grand Gila today, and also the governor of Liberia embarks on the arrest of former government officials on several different allegations, as well as the international news. We cannot do this thing complete if we don't go across the borders, because news is not only confined to our location. So our foreign desk is full. Paul is here tonight. I don't know what Paul has for us. But just before we go into the nitty-gritty of the discussions, let me say welcome to you, gentlemen. Starting with Paul, how you doing?
Well, good evening. Good evening to our viewers, and good evening to all of you. I'm doing good, Linfa. I usually say I'm happy today to be in paradise and to be among the living. So to have another life in me, that is great, because we don't know what we're heading. So I think Earth is paradise. So I'm happy to be in paradise, guys.
Do you hear me loud and clear? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good evening.
Yeah.
Hello there. Well, very good to be back here after a couple of weeks. Good to always be on this platform to talk about issues that will impact our lives. What is happening tonight? We'll be having a bigger event, which I think Linfa was trying to talk about, or probably mention about. We'll be bringing somebody so happening this weekend, one of the biggest African events taking place. This weekend in Manchester. We got a couple of speakers coming. So we'll be having a guest coming tonight at 9:30. Don't go away. We'll tell you what all about. I don't want to tell you what it's going to be. It's a package. So be ready to know what's going to be unfolding in Manchester this weekend. So that's just a little bit of information. But I want to say a big thank you. Share the show. It's a full house, and I like to be here always. Good to be here on the platform.
Francis?
Yeah, guys, it's good to be back here where we will be dissecting news from home, and at the same juncture will be erecting some checkpoints across the floor as people may go astray. So I want to invite our listening audience. There's a place to be. We'll go a little bit uncensored today. So yeah, we got a lot of things to discuss. So share the show, and no, yeah, it's good from my end. What to you, Paul?
Okay,
Well,
okay, then it's great. Paul, we say, we keep the best for last. So the home front will be most interesting to a lot of Liberians because it
yeah,
affects us directly. So we start from across, and we do like atomic bomb. We draw it from outside closer to us. So Paul,
Well, well, good evening. It's good to be back here on the Bottomland discussion live, and we'll look at what have happened lately in the world. Yesterday, there was incident that occurred in Kenya, and this is what we should look at. That last year there was a protest and people got killed. So 1 year on, they decided to celebrate, and the police again in Kenya want to open fire on innocent protesters. And that brought a serious riot in Kenya. And it's something in Africa that I don't know why it is that African government afraid of protest. I just don't get it. It's always violence. We're also going to look at the aftermath of the crisis, the 12 days war in the Middle East. Who benefit? Who gain? Who the loser? We'll look at that. And we'll play some clip also on the issue. And today we learned that the Iranians have now gathered information on Israel nuclear web and nuclear site, something that they've been hiding from people for long. Security people in Tehran have managed to retrieve those information. So guys, so on the international front will not be long. The situation here, we'll just look at aftermath. We'll talk about the incident in Kenya, and then we'll take it straight to Liberia because we'll have a guest. We don't want to be long on the international scene. So I'll just drop something here before you before we play anything. What your thought on what have happened in so-called 12 days war, the so-called how they call it, this bomber mountain blaster that the American used to find out in the end that it was an empty shell. Let's talk about it. Let's take 2 minutes and talk about it, then we'll move on. What you about the 12 day war? I'll start with you, Linfa. What you see the 12 days war?
I said something the last time on the last edition of the show. If Israel had the upper hand in that war, America would not have intervened. One, two, America would not have called, or Donald Trump would not have called for ceasefire. But because they saw something was happening, something was not right. It's not a usual thing with Gaza, where if somebody from the Gaza side would send rubber gun or the thing called catapult, then you will come and bomb, level the whole place, and nobody talks. But this time, Iran said, no, we are going to rewrite the story. It's not going to be as usual. So when you send one, they will send 10, and they're sending it to strategic areas. So America, in an attempt to probably frighten the Iranian or something, or as I say, to send message to them, they went and bombed the place. But the question is, after they are bombed, and Trump came on national worldwide television and said the nuclear facilities were totally obliterated, which means totally destroyed, that it cannot exist anymore. And within 24 hours, we heard again that the Iranian actually evacuated all of that enrichment materials and whatever they had before the strike. So what was the actual story for us to believe? Okay, so I don't know, but it's difficult because as we speak, we here cannot give independent report. What we're hearing or what we're seeing is what we're discussing. So, we make our disclaimer. Our discussions are not based on actual facts from the grounds in Israel or in Tehran or that is Iran. Okay, but what we saw, the physical television footages that we saw will tell you that there was actual bombing in both areas.
Okay.
But the extent to which it happened is what we cannot confirm independently as the bottom line Liberia discussions. But I still want to believe that the impact of the Iranian reply to the aggression from Israel was very, very severe. And that's why America had to intervene. And one thing, something that I just want to add there. I've often heard the Western world call the Arab world terrorist. If it's not terrorism coming from Iraq, it's coming from Iran, or it's coming from Afghanistan, it's coming from somewhere. But Israel is leveling a whole settlement, a whole town, city. Gaza is leveled to the ground. But they cannot call Israel terrorists simply because, I don't know. But if it were any other country that were doing that, it would be called terrorists. America would blame it as terrorists. So I don't know how you guys look at that.
Okay, thank you, Linford. Let's go to Francis quickly, and then we'll play a quick video on this. Francis, what say you?
Look, the war was, the 12-day war in the Middle East, specifically between Iran, and Israel. Iran stood tall against the Zionist regime headed by Benjamin Netanyahu. What I don't even know his name. Man, he's a indicted war crimes criminal. He should go to jail for life. He has taken upon himself to be the moral police of the Middle East. For me, it did not make any sense. I mean, innocent lives were lost. How Linford rightly stated, why Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, and its arch enemy has one. It has several. But again, as it's America, and its allies who are painting the Iranian regime as very, very indisciplined and the terrorist style. Though Iran has its own problem, but look, let the people, that's a style of life. Democracy cannot be in every country. So I think it was appalling. It has come to an end, and the Iranians now are preparing themselves. They are reach out to the global allies, Russia, China. They were all gradually stepping in. Why they were calling for ceasefire, but they were providing, and they already provide some ammunition for, that we hit deeper into rush into Israel, some other cities, and they felt the impact. So there was a need to end this war quickly as possible.
And Jamal, I mean, you've been following the news and you've been following the people of Iran. The Ayatollah came out to say, he called Donald Trump, said it was a bluff because they are bombing did not have any impact on their nuclear facilities. So the Iranian parliament came up with a decision that they're not going to do no more business with the weapon inspectors that led into this nonsense fight. So they're going to stand firm now, and Donald Trump is calling for unnecessary talk. So you bomb the people, then how come you want to have a talk? Is that any sense in it?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, gentlemen, whoever is listening to it, we also know from now the 12-day wars, we know that Israel is not a so-called elite in the Middle East anymore. The elite, the more organized, the more powerful force in the Middle East was Israel, and that has been dismissed. The 12 days war showed to us that Iran is a power to reckon with. You can't just back on the wrong tree, which they were doing, and they got the bloody nose. So whatever they are doing, you know, when you follow this news, when war started, nothing, what is Ghani? Whatever name you call him. He came out saying that there must be regime change. He calling on the people of Iran to go out and change and remove him, overthrow him. How can you sit there and do all propaganda we heard a long time ago? It's not working anymore. And now look what happened. You know, these guys, what happened. When Iran started bombing them continuously, what happened? They begged America to come to the rescue. I think Linford or Paul says, Linford or Francis said that, but this has been a case of Gaza. Nobody will listen to them. Keep bombing them. They will not listen. Ceasefire, nobody will listen. Now, who is calling for ceasefire? America is begging. They run behind and say, hi, America, please protect us. Oh, now we are dead. 12 days war. It's just 12 days. It's a history of Iran. We must start off to Iran for taking a stand. And the people of Gaza will be laughing right now and happy that this has happened. They're getting a bloody nose. Whatever Trump is saying against Iran is not going to go anywhere. It's like, I was also say it's a bluff. It's just a political gimmick. It's not going to, it doesn't hold any firm position. So he should be thinking about thanking them for Iran to stop the war. This will have gone far than this. I mean, Israel being seriously bloody. Now, we will see. They didn't tell us what happened. They all do aftermath of the war. What happened, what Iran has done to them. You know that they were stopping journalists and other people from videotaping or reporting on what's happening in Israel. Yes. This was happening. And if you're following the real news, follow the press TV of Iran. You can't keep killing people of Gaza for years and nobody listen. I know just God, just wonderful. If we don't believe there's God, there's one. Because you can't just pick on the wrong people, and this is what happened. So it's a payback for them for Iran. And I think the 12 day was a good lesson. You can go back and put things in order and move on.
Great. The 12 day was a good lesson. I'm going to play something quickly because in that 12 days that they had, on television from India got information on them. They're going to provide a 4-minute clip, and equally so in Gaza, the Hamas were able to kill 7 Israeli. They plenty of bomb in 1 after 10. So after that happened, they allow food to go in. So where are we headed? This is getting serious. So let me play this. Then with that,
just 1 second. This is a replay of the Rosa bomb that occurred in Iraq against American soldiers. Mm-hmm. So that will happen. So gradually, Israel will disengage slowly.
Yeah, and now the European Union. According to the European Union, called us said NATO, they had a meeting in The Hague, and they decided to increase their defense spending because Russia will attack them one day. That's the narrative they're going about. So they also called on Israel now because pressure is on them from everywhere now with the situation in Gaza. That this guy saying he ran behind America to help them fight, and so we want to show some of the destruction that took place in Israel. Let me roll this.
Israel has always spoken about its advanced and sophisticated military. It has crushed Hamas and Hezbollah and other regional adversaries like Syria. They all stand no chance. But have perceptions changed over the last 2 weeks? Because Israel locked horns with Iran. Iranian military top command structure was eliminated in the opening Israeli strike. Israel also claimed complete command over Iranian skies. But what came next was a rude shock. The Iranian military struck back hard. Wave after wave of missiles pierced the Iron Dome in Israel, shattering the aura of Israeli invincibility. Our next report telling you more.
It came fast, it came high, and it came hard. Iran's monster missile didn't just punch through the sky. It wasn't just the blast that shook Israel. It was the realization that the armor wasn't holding. Iran announced that it fired multi-warhead Qadr, dubbed as the monster missile. It's a fourth-generation ballistic missile with a range of about 2,000 kilometers. It has a top speed of 19,500 kilometers per hour, making it difficult for even the advanced defense systems to intercept it. This is the devastation caused in the southern desert city of Beersheba. Residential block reduced to rubble, roads shredded, cars flipped like toys, entire stairwells missing from buildings and people buried beneath their own homes.
What we've seen here is outrageous and extremely painful. That missile, which is one of the heaviest missiles of the Iranians, it's called Qadr. It's way above 400 kilos. Landed here specifically to kill women, children, old age, and people of ordinary lives. Demolished kindergarten and school, demolished apartments, and unfortunately had a heavy toll of 4 innocent civilians.
The direct hit in the largest city in southern Israel came just days after the city's hospital sustained significant damage in a missile strike. And when residents ran for cover, many found there wasn't any. In Arab-majority towns, the disparity was stark. Some neighborhoods had no shelters at all, others had entrances sealed or damaged. Israel, known for its high-tech defenses and swift retaliation, was caught off guard by sheer speed and altitude. Systems were overwhelmed. Warnings came late. Shelters failed to provide the safety. Sirens competed with screams. Now, calls are growing for accountability, for investment, for protection that matches the threat. Because next time, it might not stop at one missile. And next time, the target may be bigger. And the cost far worse. Bureau Report, We On, World is One.
I think Linford and Francis Jemai, you summarized the whole thing before you saw the video. This is the aftermath after the 12-day war. That's the reason why they were running to Donald Trump to end this, because they were going to continue. Tel Aviv was going to be level just what they've been doing to the people in the Gaza. So listen to them crying wolf. 4 people died. They tend to kill women, but he killing babies every day.
Yeah,
it's okay.
You know, the guy was talking like we all do, like when we're growing up. You go beat somebody, you take pig force. In Liberia, we say pig force. You know, the guy, if you know you can fight this guy, you want to be, you keep fighting. When you hit this guy, the guy hit you one blow, it gets you to, you know, take off guard, your balance. You're gonna run and go hard behind somebody and say, "No, this guy is beating me. Stop, tell him to stop beating me." This is what really happened. That's the actual story. Practically, Iran is not anymore the elite. I don't know what this story came from, that they were if the whole world go against, I don't know what kind of legend is that the whole world go against Israel, you know, it will not be able to defeat them. Yeah, this is just a small Iran. Iran that, I mean, I think what Israel need to do, need to update their technology in terms of military warfare. They've been sleeping. They are not awake here. They've just been fooled. All the security, whoever covert operation they did to investigate what you do in Iran, they were not well informed. So this is something like, I mean, you're going to go down in history. What is a big news for Iran and the Middle East as well.
Yeah. So, Francie, I want to bring you to Kenya because I think you might have knowledge that the demonstrations that happened in Kenya, people celebrated a year ago something, and now police decided there was a peaceful protest. Police decided to tear gas the people, and then they started using live bullet on them. That 11 person got killed. Why is the African leaders afraid of protests? Why?
Look, I don't want to show the video, but and I've been following updates from Kenya, the millenniums who are protesting against the government actions in terms of police brutality, corruption, and high rate of employment in the country. That demonstration, or what you call it, commemoration of last year's event, unfortunate event, it also coincided with this guy what you call influencer, who was killed in jail by the police. They said he was in jail. He knocked his head, on the wall, and he had concussion and he died. So Ruto is very brutal. The president of Kenya is very brutal. Ruto. The man he was taken to the Hague for war crimes, for two political machinations. He got free. He got acquitted. So I mean that's Africa for us, and got a long way to go. No, just to point that, I mean, even in the United States, I mean, demonstrations are quelled by police, but where we do ours is heavy-handed. It's so heavy-handed that deaths, it leads out of deaths along its trail. So yeah, so that's happening. I don't know. It's unfortunate that the young people are dying.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So we'll transition to Liberia. I don't know, Francie. I mean, Jamal and then Linford want to say something about Kenya because there also a planned protest in Liberia for the 17th or the 19th of July. And if this happening in Kenya, well, in the next few days with the similar thing happening in Liberia, guys, I'm transitioning back to you all. So that's on the international front. You guys want to say something, and then we'll transition to Liberia.
And Jim should be having a guest. The guest about 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. I think Francis summarized.
Go
on. Go on, Linfa.
Okay, no, I was just saying that the incident in Kenya, it's not something new. I don't know why Lepo asked, why is it that African leaders are always afraid of, protests? When they are in opposition, protest is good for them. They can push it, they can sponsor it, but when they get there, it becomes their enemy. And if you want to practice democracy, protest, other forms of social resistance, they are all ingredients of democracy. So if you are in politics, you should accept that. But I don't know. Again, the reason why they are afraid is because the way they treat their own people. So when you start to treat them bad, even if the guy was your friend before, when you start to treat him bad, when you see him, you begin to be afraid of retaliation. You say, oh, this guy was my very good friend, but the way I probably now know he'll do something to me, or like we say, like he can be paid there or something like that. So that's why they're afraid. But if you treat your citizens good, if you are good to your people, there is no fear. There is no need to fear when they gather in the street, this is their right. But again, it's difficult to account for them because the four of us that had not been African leaders before. So we don't know. Maybe there is something that is there that we don't understand. That when they get there, they're afraid of protest. But when they are in opposition, it's good for them. So we hope that they will learn the essence of democracy and try to live within the protests and other social resistances.
Okay. All right. Let's take a quick commercial break and then we'll go straight to Liberia. Jamal, you want to pull something up?
Okay. Is that commercial break or is all
You
right?
you can put the thing up and then before.
All right. Okay.
Are you ready to experience something far from ordinary? Introducing the AfriSusu event, a bold and strategic community initiative rooted in collaboration, coordination, and cooperation. A movement designed to uplift, empower, and transform our communities. Over the course of 2 unforgettable days, we invite you to be part of something special. The AfriSusu Lifestyle Business Forum, where entrepreneurs, innovators, and change makers meet to inspire and grow. The Heritage Festival, a dynamic celebration of cultural diversity, tradition and pride, the largest socialization and cultural showcase of its kind, and the official launch of the AfriSusu Community Annual Sports Tournament, the ACAST Solidarity League, promoting unity, teamwork, and youth empowerment through sports. Outdoor recreation, music, food, plenty of joyful moments that reflect the heartbeats of our communities. This is more than an event. It's a platform for legacy, connection, and progress. Be there, be seen, be part of the AfriSusu vision. AfriSusu event, not just an event, a legacy in motion. Day and night event, Saturday 28th June 2025 at Royal Sultan, Crampton Street, Old Arm, OL9 9ET, Manchester, UK. Time 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Outdoor event, Sunday 29th June 2025 at St. Martin's Road, 48 Rosie Road, Old Arm, OL8 2PZ, Manchester, UK. Be there, be seen.
Wow. So we'll be having somebody to be talking more about it in half past 9 tonight. So don't go away. Be here. The guy who is the brain behind the CEO will be telling you more about what's happening. So guys, let's roll on to Liberia.
Yes, Linford is struggling with his mind. This is Liberia. This is the story in Liberia regarding former government official being arrested for stealing rice. They stole rice, 29,000 bags of rice. So all of these people, the former foreign minister coming here, we see former first lady here. Then Dr. Sawyer Webb is also there, Mary Brewer. So these are big names in Liberia. They were sent to prison and then they were released yesterday. So the Unity Party government is going after thieves. And some people are calling this unlawful and witch hunt. Guys, this is the story in Liberia. I know Francis said something because he's waiting to fire on behalf of his party.
It's going to be on censor. That's how you term it. It's going to be on censor. Let Francis be the last bit. I know he's going to be speaking highly of the Union Party strategy or the fight they're doing right now. Listen, what I want to say, guys, this is a good move, I would say. What is a political witch hunt, or is you said dispensing justice, how you call it, whatever it is, we got to give hat off to who is in place. I think it's also on record that not only the Unity Party government, I think they did it years back. I knew a couple of past official government were arrested and sent to prison. for some corruptions. I think we know a couple of them. They did not happen on whether it's political which one or not. They did not happen on a weir. And what he did was the $16 billion Liberian dollars. Few people were handpicked and said it didn't go anywhere up to tomorrow until the principal supposed to be culprit of this case or principal suspect of this case is no more. But whatever the case may be, this is a good move, I must admit, and we should applaud the government to continue and not only talk to these people. If they have the proof, if they are really proof against these people, government have evidence against, but should bring them up. You should read the book. Many other Liberians out there that I think when I came from Liberia, I told you guys the government is piling up reports to go after people that have been stealing government money, and this should be a warning only written, the writing on the wall for people that have been stealing government funds. The country is a very rich country. The people in the country are very poor, and it's not because of that; it's because of mismanagement. And the government can continue doing this. And doing this, keep doing it, and not only go for people because of special interest, but because of out of dispensing justice. I think we must applaud this move. There are many other people that are there that have hundreds of millions of Liberian dollars that be invested into private properties. I think they need to be brought to book. We need to see these things happen. There are hundreds of them out there. We need them. So government, I applaud you. There where I stand.
Wow. So therefore, talk to us.
Okay. Going behind government officials for corruption is not anything strange. I remember as a young boy in the year 1980, April 21 to be exact, after the 1980 coup, we saw 13 government officials being killed. This one, they were not jailed. They were killed. So I think that's the highest punishment, the worst punishment anybody can have. So going for people and jailing them, for me, is not anything. But the process, the way of doing it, is what concerns everybody. Yesterday I had a debate with my own blood brother, who is a supporter of this government. Oh, the way the government arresting people now, how you feel boy now? I think we're getting the criminals. I say yes. Anything anybody does in life, there's an intent. There is a reason why you do everything you do. Okay, so you can have good intent, you can do the right thing, and have evil intent in doing it. I can cook food and poison it, and in fact, a hungry man to my house, which the intention is to make this man to eat so that God can get food, saying he's hungry. But when I poison that food, then the intent becomes bad. Okay, similarly, so I can have bad intent, but I can help somebody through that bad intent. So life is like this. And when it comes to what happened yesterday, I think the process is good, but the intent behind it is what we should look at. Now, there is a case of some $7.8 million that GAC has talked about that was mismanaged. Okay. And for the government to go behind those people, they are not doing it, but you're going behind people for some 29,000 back already that happened over 1 year ago. And this particular government even used some of that right, because I remember when they were doing a cleanup campaign after for Waga's inauguration, they see Mirror Bro. She was sharing rice. They see Mirror Bro. And it was the same rice they were sharing. And it's the same rice today they're coming to grab Mirror Bro to go to jail for. So you can intend to do good thing, or you can attempt to do good thing, but the intention that you're doing away is what matters. And when it comes to the opposition part, opposition leaders or opposition people will always cry foul. Anything happen, once you go for them, they will say it's witch hunt. Now, if the real government had gone for Bwaka then, after ending government regime, they were going to say the same Unity Party people will say that witch hunt. Now they are doing it to real people. Real people are saying witch hunt, and trust me, the next government that will come after Unity Party, they will go for people. And these same Unity Party people who say they are doing good today by arresting people, they will be crying which one. You know, they are good for this kind of thing. So, like I said, the intent is what we want to look at, but the process is good. It sounds good, but the intent behind it. And if you want to, this president has been suspending people, saying he came to power. He has not dismissed anybody. He only suspend. I think the only people they dismissed that I know of, that A.B. Krumah and the Fadiga boys. But the rest of the people from NAFA, that suspension. From Central Bank, that suspension and replacement. And even settle with a guy. How you suspend somebody, or say you dismiss the guy, then you go settle case with a guy. And then so, you know, the people that you are suspending, as we speak, my former workmate and colleague, after massacre from the NPP days, is being suspended just yesterday. Now, why you can't go behind the people that you are suspending? How many of those people who are suspended have gone to jail as compared to Mary Bro, who was heading your campaign, even your cleanup campaign for your inauguration, going for her in her tower? Why she clean from allegedly clean from the shower? She was in her tower when they surrounded her house. So, you know, you can, like I said, you can try to do it best thing, but the way you do it, the motive behind it is what makes it to look bad. So, guys, I think all in all, I support what the government is doing if they can do it with clear intention. And they should also go within their own government now. People who are being accused, they should also take them to jail. Let's see whether they are serious.
Wow. Well, at least, Francis, what say you? Because this story here seems to be a big story that they're going for big fish in the country now. And we also learned that the asset recovery is also going after Clawea. And this is the thing that is trading in Liberia. So
Francis will build a bridge. He said he will reach checkpoint. Let me hear the checkpoint here.
Look, first of all, guys, it's unfortunate for our country, Liberia, where we label everything from the government angle as anti-opposition, witch hunt, and you name it. Look, we are all, the country is so used to, you know, they're used to people going away doing things with impunity. No, so when these kind of actions that is going on right now, it's not unique to Liberian community, the Liberian people. So they see it as anti-development, anti-cohesion. Look, these people, if I mean, one thing I'd like to make clear. These group of people that that are being, arrested and forwarded to court. This investigation has been going on for almost a year. If you all can remember, I will reference Mary Broad. I think about 4 months ago or so, the journalist from OKFM, Clarence Jackson, was on his show. He talked about it, and she called in. And she was very vocal. She was very uncouth. And she was not going a damn step. Nobody will do anything to her. Look, when will we start holding people accountable?
So this is why they want to get her. So they agree with us.
No, I mean,
because she says some of those things that you are cooking. That's why they went for her.
There is no sacred cow right now in the whole anti-corruption scheme that is going on. There is a complete anti-corruption, what you will call dynamics that are going on in the country. Those who you see that are suspended, they are being investigated. As I can corroborate the fact that, look, these people are all being investigated. They will be brought to court as well. Why these people went to jail? because at the time the bond was filed for them, the time the court, the banks were closed, so they had to go to jail. It's a common proceeding.
Yesterday,
Legal analysts were discussing this stuff today. They'll all be
yesterday,
both.
the
Yes.
bank was closed yesterday when they arrested them early in the morning.
Yeah, but at the time, after
Because I was at
investigation,
work.
at the time for them to file in the bond, they didn't have the time to file in the bond, so they were taken to the court.
They didn't even need to file in bond because that
But
that is
how
something that
are they?
even you yourself will file in bond for them.
No. It doesn't
Anybody
work
will
like
file in
that.
bond for them.
It doesn't work in that.
Of
You
course,
can't
it
just
works like that.
individually
It
file in
depends on the
bond.
crime. Anyway, continue.
You cannot file bond individually. It has to go to a corporate entity, a bank or insurance company. Yes. So look,
No,
when
not in this
when
case.
will we Liberians try to embrace the fight against corruption? These guys came on the mantra of they were elected the CDC government on pro agenda and anti-corruption. They were chanting that around. They had opportunity
you are like
to.
you are already passing judgment on them. Are they guilty already in your court?
No. You have to.
The way you treat it.
Listen, we have an institution, the charge, clothed with responsibility to investigate corrupt acts. The asset recovery team and the anti-corruption body institution, anti-graft institution are clothed with responsibilities. And they went through the investigation, they are not selective. If the president can suspend Abdullah Kamara, he can suspend the guy from MCSS. You talk about suspension, people are being removed. Steve Zako was replaced. Well, he was investigated, he was found guilty, and he was replaced. So there's so many people who are on investigation right now.
Did he go to jail? Did he go to jail?
No, Crown. Why you accused? Why you accused for?
You are not understanding the argument, Francis. The argument is, listen. The argument is, you can accuse me. Accusing me does not make me guilty. Okay, so you sent for me to arrest me. No, you got crimes taking place in Liberia. People are being killed every day. The police cannot bring out any investigation or arrest anybody. But
no, you're talking about killing, murder.
Say go.
No, murder.
Yeah,
no.
but
Right. Okay, guys.
The point I'm making.
What the point I'm making? Yeah.
Listen to the point I'm making. Okay, the point I'm making is being accused does not make anybody automatically guilty. So if they say go bring Mary Bro, you grab Mary Bro straight to the court there from the court say or go jail Mary Bro. Yeah. So when they jail her, was she found guilty before they jail her?
Was she resisting arrest? Do you know that?
Right. Okay. Let me come in. Something.
So even if she resisted arrest.
So
yeah, Paul, go ahead.
I listen to all of you on this. It's a good thing that the government started this, but something that I'm going to look at. If you want to be, they say one who come with clean hands come with what?
We come with equity, yeah. Come with clean, yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, who comes with equity comes with clean hands.
Come with clean hands. The reason why I bringing this out, if you want to go after people, you start within your own camp. What
There's any law that says that?
Listen now, I don't say any law say that. If I come
morality,
to go
moral law
anyway,
says that. Moral law says that.
If
you
I'm
can't have
coming
your
to
children in your house misbehaving, then you leave them in your house, then you go discipline all of your children.
You cannot bring immoral equivalence into this.
Let me let
you ask me about law.
No, that's talk.
Even the law, the law that we preach in a temple of justice or in a Supreme Court, they have moral values. The law go with morality. So there is no law that does not have moral.
Let me learn on this. The asset recovery team that was set up to recover access that went for these people. There are 2 persons on our team that resigned based on corruption, that the asset recovery team were corrupt. Martin Colley and the other guy, Emmanuel Gongo, they left. They made a big allegation that they have not been investigated. And the guy who going after them, he been deemed as corrupt. Now, when the inaugural took place, we learned that inaugural funds were missing. From that day, that's when you start cleaning up before you start going for the people. But you have not cleaned up that and start. So people's mind seeing this as, if the guy who is claimed to be corrupt as the asset recovery boss, how can he now go for people? So let's look at it from that point of view. If it was neutral person, now this is what they see. People are saying this is a witch hunt. If you can't clean your house before you start cleaning out somebody's house, it becomes the issue of the day. The intent is good, but do it from, let everybody see from day one. This is what we're going to do. We came to rescue the country. Nobody riding $50,000 vehicle. Nobody riding $1 million bulletproof car. We came for the people. But all of the things that have been happening from day one, we've been hearing these people. What happened to the woman from the car that was suspended? Did she go to jail? And that was a big allegation. They had to get her out. What happened to this girl from fishery? They said she stole the allegation. She took them to Africa, how they call it, ECOWAS court. Why she didn't end in jail? Let's be real.
Because the investigation is ongoing, my friend.
The investigation is ongoing. So what happened to Miata Famone? The inaugural stuff from day one. I think that should have been this.
But wait, the investigation was ongoing for Mirror Blood. Eh? You carried them to court. And don't talk about the GSC or the auditing bureau. You took, because GSC recommended, and then you took them to court. Then you jailed them. Why investigation still going on? You did not bring them down guilty. So defend it too now. Defend the 2 scenarios. The fishery boss and the girl from Luka. Investigation going on. You suspended them. They are walking free around the place.
My friend,
it's a case of,
ask question, please?
That's one institution. It takes time. It takes. I mean, they take on one particular case at a moment.
Yeah, can I call the bill?
We're wasting our time.
But you guys trying to evoke a sentiments. I mean, anti-corruption sentiments. Yeah, you're trying to political wish hunting.
Francis, I want you to answer this question here. The guy who is the head of asset recovery, was he accused by his peers that he embezzled some money and because of that he resigned? Why this guy
allegation?
But if the allegation on somebody,
the GSC did not. The GSC did not find any iota of truth in the allegation. It was just mere allegation.
Why he didn't go to jail?
Yeah,
when other people are going to jail on allegation, why that man didn't go to jail?
We're not going to get allegation. They are going to jail on facts, empirical facts, evidence that was provided.
Before you go to jail, you have to be guilty of your crime. Are these people guilty before going to jail? They're not guilty yet.
Francis,
let me call the bill, please. Who is the moderator? Is it Francis or Chulopli?
Padre will recognize.
It's me.
That's
we are recognized, but you know, we just trying to say so Padre can go ahead.
The bill, please.
Okay, your turn.
I got one simple question from my junior brother, Francis. Francis,
go ahead. I'm listening.
Thank you very much. Can you please tell me the information we're getting about the asset recoveries directors that he built in a mansion? Can you please tell me what job was he doing before he became asset recoveries directors, and where he getting the money from to build a property that value over 500,000 United States dollars?
Mr. Donny, I will not indulge myself in your mere speculation. You don't have. But these are political.
No, but no. Excuse me.
Political. There are rumors. If you do
Yeah,
have the
no,
picture,
Francis,
provide pictures of the guardhouse right now. Let me see it.
Okay. I will produce by Tuesday. I will produce you the photo.
Yeah, do that. Then we can discuss it.
Yeah, but listen to me. What I'm trying to tell you here is there's an evidence to that effect that he built in a mansion. Then there's a structure photo. There's a building photo available. People get it, and there's an allegation that
what people cannot do with AI with technology right now.
Oh God.
You think that will be building mansion from asset recovery money they have not taken pay for I don't know how long?
Yeah, but the allegation came from the 200,000 that were given to Dan, and he started renting his own office in that money. The place where he was before he even became or the directors, then he started to pay money to that house renters in the money that were given to him. There's a document to that effect. I will send it to you sooner or later. I will send it on the platform because it
sounds just a typical opposition way of.
It's not about the opposition issue right now. We're trying to establish on corruption fact.
Trying to castigate and make light of civil issues.
I'm trying to get at the reason is, before you go after people, USM must declare from all the allegations, the funny allegations. 2% that were working with
Mr. Dolly. I mean, this platform is a respectable platform. We will not indulge ourselves on mere gossips and unfounded allegations. I mean, you should come with facts. Then we can discuss it.
Okay, Francis, can I ask
you? I will forward
it
as soon as possible because there's evidence to that effect from.
Okay, yeah.
From another network.
Thank you, Adori. Yeah, you can forward it.
Francis,
let me ask you this question before transition.
I'll forward it to the borderland.
Yeah, forward it in the group. Francis, let me ask you the question. And let's make it interactive. You can ask me also, but let me ask you this question. You say the people, Mirror Brother, they are being arrested and jailed for fights, right? On fights, right?
Yes, it's being investigated.
Okay. They are being investigated. Now, you as a former law enforcement officer, if you arrested me, if you came to a crime scene, even if you saw 100-day body lane, and you arrest me, you carry me, what is your actual duty? What are you going to do? Are you just going to take me and go put me in jail?
Yes, I can put you in jail.
On suspicion? Because you saw day by day lane and you saw me standing there.
Yeah, we can hold you. You can be held within the 72 hours and be released. And you can go to a lawyer and you can go back and until the investigation is. We have probable cause to follow you to court. It's legal.
So is it under that canopy of law that Mirror Brother were arrested?
I cannot say.
The reason I'm asking,
I cannot say, but we cannot insinuate yet on this platform tonight.
That is true. You can arrest the person who you meet on the scene, on the crime scene. Whether he's a prime suspect or not, you arrest the persons and investigate if there's no evidence to link.
No. And Jay, you arrest them, Jay.
Before you jail the person, you have a right to keep somebody in 72 hours.
Exactly. Until you establish probable cause, reasonable beyond reasonable.
You have that right.
Yeah, but you send them. You can forward the man to court. You release him from there. You form your charges, your charge sheet.
Okay.
You forward the man to court.
Okay. That's why I ask you. Mirror Bro and other people have been accused, and you take them from their houses on accusation. This why in that by meeting them, accidentally on the scene. but they are being accused. That means the GAC or whoever brought a complaint has filed. So you take them, instead of carrying them to court to defend themselves or for their lawyers to defend them, you take them and put them in jail first, and then later on release them.
You are looking at this whole stuff from the peripheral. There are so many layers, judicial layers, law enforcement layers that tend to influence how the people went to jail, my friend. So I mean, we don't waste our time here. These things are normal practices.
No, but name some for all, because what we are discussing, what was in the public glare.
Yeah,
people,
I mean, at times
they went for them. They did not serve them. They did not serve them prior notice. They did not get any arrest warrant.
It's not true.
Of course.
Can I comment on
Maybe bro, and people were served notices. They say they already rejected the called in the notices that were presented to them. That were forwarded to them.
Francis,
so not everything you hear the people upper crowd position. You take it as face value. That pop dotted there.
Let me little bit comment on this, because I've been conducting some background investigation on the issue here. Even the fellow who is the principal. Let me tell you, guys.
During your investigation, what did you gather?
Yeah, first of all, these people were issued a writ of arrest. They were issued a writ of arrest and take it to the court. Because when you issue a writ of arrest on someone, you don't just take them to central prison. You take them to the court. The court, the judge is the one that have the right to order the clerk to incarcerate the culprit. So when they get to the court, according to the information I got, the judge begin to keep himself busy somehow, another way, and just order the clerk to send them to prison, because he was not available according to him to hear the situation, which was little bit biased to my view. Responsible people like that, and they cannot just escape from the country. When they appear on the social issue,
my man,
you should be able, but that's a discussion. They just have that right, that discussional right, to send them home and schedule a hearing. But that would not happen in their case. So what the judge did, he ordered the clerk of the court to face the commitment and send them to court. I mean, to send the prison.
Now, Mr. Dory, you got my respect. You are a seasoned law enforcement officer. You know, you're speaking of a law enforcement officer now.
So
yeah, it's the thing.
When that happened, the lawyer then went to the prison. They wanted to see their client, and somehow they were denied one way or the other. So what the lawyer then did, they went back to the court to demand the judge to release their client to them, because they have a bond. So Andy presented it to the judge, and the judge looked at the guarantees and sent a release document the same day to go and bring the people back and turn them over to their lawyer. That was happening.
Okay. Let me just say,
the only problem I have with this case, the way the police performed arresting Mirabel, I have some problem with that method of an operation. Because if you are going to someone during house to have the person arrested, you need to have a search warrant. If you got a rate of arrest, you can display the rate of arrest on the person on the public domain. But if somebody is hiding somewhere in the house or in the yard somewhere, before you enter there, you need to have a search warrant. The police never have that search warrant, so they invaded the former president residence and went and arrested this woman and take her away. That was wrong. That was very much unprofessional.
Yeah, but
Look, Mr. Let me
because
just
that
say
was a
something
direct
quickly
thing.
before other
But I
parties
think
come in.
what
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
All these people, the Mary Bro, the Kimia, and the other lady, they were all issue citation to come to the police station. All the people who were involved in listen now, listen, let me just say something. Listen to learn. We're not arguing. I'm telling you, all these people.
I want to know the time difference, my friend. I want to know the time difference.
Before when the investigation started, they were giving citation to come to the asset recovery team office, and Mary Brock, all of them refused. They said they're not going anywhere. They were taking the thing lightly. Because they were depending on the status in I tell you, wait, shaking your head, that's a fact.
I don't want to believe it. And this
we're here to ascertain the fact.
Listen,
on the
no, listen to me. Let me just say something. Mary brought herself. Listen, let me just, guys, listen. Mary brought herself.
Padole, one at a time, Padole.
Mary brought herself. See, I'll share the link, the video in the group chat so you guys can take it from there. About I think a month or two ago, she was on Karen Jackson's show. Karen's asked her, "Did they invite you?" She said yes, and she used the D word. I'm not going a damn place. If they play with me, I will sue them. I'll share the link with you guys. So that's it. All these people were invited.
Francis.
So we gotta take our whole time on the thing to now. Got our topics to cover up.
Yeah, Francis. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this simple question here. This particular case here, is it a police case or the actual recovery case?
Both.
What the police were involved in the thing here?
The police effectuate arrest.
Can we move on with this thing? This is dragging too much.
The police is not the one that investigating, but they are there to enforce the law, to arrest those people who want to appear.
The case is developing. The case is developing. We got to move forward. The case is developing. The people are already being arrested, jailed, and released. Now they are waiting to appear in court. So we just want to trash out, what led to the arrest and why were they incarcerated. But now we are waiting for the actual case to come. But my concern is you are arresting these people on allegation and carrying them to court and jailing them. But people who you suspect on similar allegations and even grave allegations, they are still walking around free. When will you take them to? When will you send the police to take them to and carry them and jail them? That's what I'm talking about.
Can I say something quickly before we move on? Look, guys, I've been saying, you see, I was in Liberia when Unity Party came to power. And one of the things that I learned, if you don't have agenda, you come with something every day to confuse the people on the ground. This is one of
they don't have agenda?
No, they don't have agenda because it was in the process they started developing this something that they came all way just in January. They was people. But this is the fact. So the whole thing was because we don't have agenda, we'll close potholes and start putting solar street light. When it's gave out, we'll come up with something. If you have agenda from day one, what I'm seeing the other case here is just a fly. It's just to make the people talk in Liberia. If these people were serious from day one, if the people were serious from day one, they would not be buying $1 million bulletproof car.
Don't shift the goalpost, man.
I'm not changing goalpost. Just in this
in the first place, they see asset recovery thing. They went the student in the street. They start stabbing taxi. The erector checkpoint start stabbing. Who in a red man will arrest take
as long as the asset recovery boss is being accused by his peer on the asset recovery team, he does not have the moral or legal remedy to go after someone. He must give a step aside. Yes, somebody else comes say, okay, we're going to do it. But a corrupt person going after corrupt
Martin
people,
Cody, Jerry Wright and talk. There's some of the things he say. You believe everything he say. He may have.
He was a
Martin
he was
rescue Rambo.
So
it doesn't matter.
As far as we are concerned, like people are concerned,
most substantive on the show, man.
Martin Colley, the name given to Martin Colley during the election was Rescue Rambo, and he was a Rambo for young, and JMB acknowledged him. We not have Francis as rescue anything, so you can't sit down here and condemn Martin Colley for his writing. Martin Colley writing have made effect. That's how JMB was elected.
But so he was part of the asset recovery team. He was member. He and Imaria Gongo, the two of them were on the team.
Want to trash him out. Francis trying to trash him out by saying, who is Martin Colley? He can just say that right.
Let's move on.
Wait.
The boss is corrupt. And the
Gongo works at LPRC now.
He walked out because this guy was corrupt. It's a fact. You can't dispute that. He was corrupt. And the allegations stay on him. So a corrupt man going after corrupt people. So they
maybe take what the show and bring some sanity to your friends, man.
But that's the fact. Me and you part of bottom line, and then you later accuse me of being corrupt. They say, oh no, because they may get something.
I think let's move on. Okay, guys, let's move on. Before we move on, let's recognize few people.
I sent some stuff to you guys. Check your stuff on your WhatsApp and your Facebook.
We're not gonna waste our time on that thing. Let's recognize few people: Ellie, P1, San, David Goer, Jala News, and of course Michael D. Tupa, Prince Abalo, Juan Carter, Steven, Alex Riggs, and Chadera Brown Chilipli, and also Bataki. Those are few people that I can see on my page. But I want to say welcome to all of you whose names I can't read now.
TV from Liberia, you see Maryland. Also, he made a comment.
Yeah, and Douglas Pillow is Washington. Douglas Pillow is following the show.
Douglas Pillow. Now, one of the diehards JMB men, when the government does something good, you can send it to me in my inbox. But when the government mess up, you can't say anything.
Let's move on, guys.
But anyway, that's my boy. Okay, let's move on. But Paul, today in I don't know if you have that cue, but I have something here in Grand County. Let me just pull it up. Oh, sorry, you can't. It's not too big, but those are two coffins bearing the remains of former Liberian President Master Sergeant Samuel Kanyado. He was Master Sergeant when he led a coup. He didn't change his rank to any other rank. He remained Master Sergeant until he died. Though he used to wear the general's uniform, but he remained a Master Sergeant. And his wife, the late Nancy Doe, who just passed away recently, they were laid to rest officially today in Grand County. But there was something still I've been searching to see. I didn't see, because prior to their burial, there was this confusion as to where they will be buried. Joe originally comes from a town in Grand called Tucson, okay, and he had a property in Zwedru, the city. So his children have prepared Zwedru as the place that he will be laid to rest. And then on the flip side, Grand County Senator Zoe Penner has also, I think, prepared another place. Was it in Zwedru or somewhere in Grand was it Tucson, I think, where he wanted the two to be buried. So that was confusion, but I've been searching today. I'll follow the program, but I've been searching today, and I want to believe that he was buried in Zwedru, because where his property is, that big hell of a house, was what I saw in a TV or on a camera. So I think he was buried in Zwedru by the wishes of his children. So, but whatever the case is, they have been officially buried today. As we know, Joe was killed in the war, 1990, September 9. He was captured and subsequently killed by the IMPFL. And since that time, there have been this mixed,
Was murdered.
reaction about or mixed information, different kind of information. Let me take it down.
Joe was
different
murdered.
kind of information about kill and murder is the same thing. Somebody kill you, they murder you. That's the other name.
It's a degree.
It's a United Party people get different information for.
It's a degree of killing.
You were murdered, you were assassinated. Yeah, you were murdered, you were assassinated, you were what else? So, but the question many people are asking, or many people, critics, were saying, does Doe deserve a good burial, knowing what he was accused of doing during the time he was president that led to the war? Does he deserve that state burial, like what happened today? Those are some of the things that some critics have been saying. And others have also been saying that, yes, despite what he did, he was ex-president, and so he should have that decent burial, in as much as Prince Johnson, who killed him, who also have a decent burial. So I don't know what you guys think about that. What are your takes? We start with Padoli, then we'll go to Jima, then we'll go to Paul, and we end with Francis. I know Francis will bring different things there. Who Francis you be last?
All right. Listen, I think Doe deserve decent burial. But my question is, in that coffin there, is the body in there? Or is just some symbolic burial? Otherwise, he deserves decent burial. And also deserve symbolic burial. If the body is not available,
and that's a cool question.
Yeah.
He deserve symbolic
before
burial.
the other people come.
So my answer is yes, he deserve it. Reason is he served record. The reason is he served record in our Liberian history. He served as a first indigenous citizen that overthrew and became government. After that, he served as an elected president who declared multi-party system in our country as well, in our modern day. So he made this record. So for this reason, I think he deserves a decent burial.
Thank you very much for allowing me to speak. You see, the thing is, whether his body is there, nobody can tell you what Doe body is up to person. And it's become a big question where Doe body is at the moment. That's not a question of concern. The question is, the president was given, the ex-president was given a burial, a royal burial, a burial of a president. And then the question is, I think you answered the same questions where Prince Johnson should deserve burial. Prince Johnson's issue was much more of a question than Doe. Because if you look what happened, at the time, Doe was a president of the country. When you were trying to protect the country, whatever has happened to the people in Nimba County that he was accused of, and they came after him. Of course, he was the president. He was fighting for the country, the sovereignty of the country when the rebel attacked the country. So, and what happened to Prince Johnson was given a more state burial. So the question is, I don't think we should be asking the question why Doe should be given a state burial or a decent burial. We should even be given a state burial and be honored. Doe is one of the presidents in Liberia that did a lot of things as a president in a short period of time that most presidents didn't do. I mean, if you want comparatively with some president from Tubman to Talbot, those are the presidents you can compare the three of them. They deserve it, and I want to repeat that you should be even named some states, I mean streets and other places should be named after him for what he's done for Liberia. That's our support.
Yeah. For the question is, I think Doe deserve a state burial, and what I saw, I don't think that was a state burial, because if all our politicians can gather in Nimba County to go give some notorious murderer a state burial, and then the guy who was defending the country, you have few handful of people, That's not a state burial. It should be a proper state burial. This is the thing. So the demon himself, the devil himself, that they all gather, people are jumping over. I mean, the fairness is not there. So I think though deserve more than what he got. He should have got proper state burial. That's what he should have gotten. The guy who murdered him, what happened to him? Nima County was turned over, having to turn it upside down. All our lawmakers, all our so-called corrupt politicians, they were all there to celebrate this murderer and him going. So why they couldn't do that with the former president? Do deserve more than that.
Okay, Francis.
Well, the argument of moral equivalence of what happened, who deserve, who doesn't deserve. I mean, though, well, he was buried. At least he had a former burial for once. And I think, I mean, yeah, Liberia moves on. That chapter is behind us. You know, whatever determination we will make, we want to consider a state burial we have. But I think, man, you know, it's been so many years, 30, almost 40 years now since, I mean, you know, at least
35 years.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So, I mean, he was there to rest with his wife. I mean, he had a ceremony on leg where, you know, he was tuned. I don't know where the helicopters or remains were tuned somewhere, you know, but at least officially, yeah, you know, I don't know what happened to Torbot. I don't know why did Torbot have that kind of same kind of a ceremony, you know, but yeah, I mean, everybody, you guys have answered the questions, you know, I mean, you know, you have given your point of view on it, so I think we're there to move on. Yeah, the bell was okay for me, you know.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I got all of you. I mean, we almost all on the same page that Doe was former president and he deserves a good burial. Even Paul said he deserves a better burial than what happened. But I think half of the government officials were there, and probably the distance too, or whatever, or because those physical body was not in that casket. I want to believe, and I'm trying to believe that. And you know, I will say this: when Prince Johnson was alive, I said this on his very show here. That one reason I couldn't trust Prince Johnson, even when Prince Johnson tells you say it's in the morning or the sun shining, open your window and see us out. Because this is the Prince Johnson when we were across the line. That was 1992. Journalists that were assigned with Prince Johnson, one of them is there now, the Peter Tobe, and the other boy whose name I will not call. They managed to arrange a visit from us in Habel. We are running a radio station in Habel. At that time, most of the generals had crossed over to Taylor. And so they wanted us to establish, they wanted him to establish a contact with Taylor. But one of the preachers would have been journalists from across the land going to visit his base and, you know, hear what they would say, have interview with him, whatever. It was 7 journalists that left the MPFL era in Habel and went there. When the 2 different Saturdays, back to back. We went to Prince Johnson's house in Corway. We were there for almost the whole day. For the first 1 hour, I will tell you, it was the most tense hour I've ever had in my entire life. Where we went, Prince Johnson was that he was inside. He knew that we were coming. He was inside, you know, getting ready. So we are going and we saw the other general, then General Vanny, they left Vanny, and we sat down. I was sitting on the bench that day. Prince Johnson came. Prince Johnson sat between me and my friend. I mean, I was dressing to the edge of the bench. He said, "Oh, but man, you're scared?" Prince Johnson, I still remember what you're wearing. You're wearing white t-shirt, white polo t-shirt with green color, green something right here. We drank it, we killed chicken, we ate. Prince Johnson said, "Oh, we should eat with our hand." We ate with our hand. My first time later, I all this notorious Prince Johnson. After eating, Prince Johnson went. He said, "I'm going to get ready." He went, he dressed in a military uniform. He came. And right after eating, before he could get dressed, he said, "Okay, let me show you your president." I thought started seeing before here, you remember. I thought it was dope picture or something. We saw the phalanges, the hand boom, the finger booms in the glass, looking at glass when you put, drinking glass or whatever in. He had it inside. We score, we clap on the head. Military cap, we start on the head. He said our president did, meaning that do. If it were, internet time day, I think we should have some of those pictures. Okay. So for the same Prince Johnson to turn around and tell the Liberian people that after he killed Doe, he buried Doe, and then the international pressure was on him. I know he said which group went to him on a base, and then they assumed Doe. And then after he showed Doe body to the people, then he cremated it and put it in a river, something like the Corway River of that river in Corway. And according to him, that's what happened. So for this thing though to be buried where they got to assume, so Prince Johnson was thinking, I'm not trusted what happened. The late president is laid to rest, and I mean, no matter what happened, and one of our viewers here, Mrs. Menye, is saying that being accused is not found guilty. He was accused without any proof, and people, especially Liberians, wrong with this. Say, okay, that's it, and we all know what happened. So, what is Le Francis said? We move on. The best thing is that the former president, symbolically or physically, he has been laid to rest, and at least people can point to his grave. Okay, and Prince Johnson, who did this thing, he's also buried, and we know that. And friends were asking whether it will happen to Tobo. I heard that sometimes in August this year, the government is planning to also give a proper burial to Tobo and other people. So I think that's part of it. But today, again, in that particular program, our president, President Bouaka, re-emphasized reconciliation, Paul, and Padoli. I think our guest is here, so we'll be bringing in our guest pretty soon. But the president is talking about reconciliation. Guys, how do you look at it? 1 second, 1 minute per person. Paul, I'll start with you. The president said reconciliation. After grabbing people and just jailing them like that,
No, the person, no. The thing is, I'll let the puppet, and if you know him, you know who you're dealing with. He's good. There's after the election, the man, a friend then texted him to say, "Oh, congratulations!" Up to now, he yet to respond to them. So I like that. The fact is that he now doing it is something he had made that move for, because I know certain opposition leader sent message, he never replied to them.
Is it my internet or Porky going in and out?
No, I'm cool. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that
he's my internet.
He's calling for reconciliation, which is good. The country need to be unified because the country is heavily divided. It's divided by two funny parties that not mean well for Liberia: Unity Party and CDC. So the country, he need that unification, and that's the fact.
I think I would like Francis or Mr. Doyle to speak. I will pass on that. Can we move on, guys? We need to move on.
No, we got a reconciliation. Is an honest statement. We need it. The country. We got a lot of people who are having post-election trauma, and we need to have them come on board and heal their wounds and talk real talk in the interest of the country. So it's a necessary approach. It's a necessary thing to do.
Okay, Padori, quickly, one minute.
Yeah, I will let you. If I may ask Mr. J. Barker, physically, I could ask him reconciliation between who and who. But unfortunately for me, I cannot talk to him in person. You see, the problem of the situation, once when you are a duo, even your shadow, you look at it, you will be afraid of it. That's how the situation is, Mr. Barker, in this situation here. So going to granular to ask to make
Okay, guys. I think we've exhausted most of what we have to talk about. We have a guest, and we'll take time to honor our guest, and let's welcome one or two people again. Our sister, I'll call her Konomenye. I know General Menye. I always call her that name. Is our strong sister, and also Slanwie Myers. Slanwie Myers is trying to be a little bit sarcastic here. He said the people of Nimakande were the one who turned out to give Prince Johnson a proper burial. So if anybody wanted to do that for do, they would have carried themselves there to do it. But it's okay. It's okay. You die, finish. Okay, but let's welcome our guest. We'll put this session of the program. We'll leave it with Chima to usher in our guest and tell us a little bit about our guest and what we'll be talking about. Chima, it's over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Once welcome again. We are bringing a guest. He'll be telling us what's happening this weekend in Manchester, United Kingdom. It's a community setup initiative that they do a lot of stuff. They do financing, sporting, many other activities. It's all about building community interest. Tonight is the family that we're bringing tonight to tell us what event they have on hand tonight in Manchester. I'm part of it, so I'm going to be saying a lot of stuff tonight. You guys have the chance to ask questions and all about the event tomorrow and Sunday. Just a little bit of highlight. On tomorrow, we have a business forum. We'll have 5 good speakers. We'll be discussing other issues on African-led businesses in the West, in the diaspora. Why did they fail? Why they can succeed in the first 1-2 years? And how can we succeed as minority business people? So those are things Mr. Family will be having some speakers decided to talk about in Manchester, specifically in Oldham. Then the next day, tonight, the same night, we'll be having something like we'll be having a gala night where we'll have a nice party that night. It will be Saturday night. Sunday will be a nice competitive football tournament where there'll be competition for a massive giant. So I'll just give you a little bit of what is going to happen. Mr. Jawate is coming to tell us more about. You have the questions. I'll let him in and you introduce himself. You can ask him all the questions. And now let's bring it on tonight. Welcome. You have to. We're not hearing well. You are. I think we are. Do you hear us?
Oh.
Okay, now it's okay.
If you're listening to anything, you gotta lower your headphone.
Yeah. I think I've disconnected. What I'm going to do, just 1 minute, gentlemen.
We are hearing you now very well.
Hear me all right. That's fine. Anyway, by way of introduction, my name is Famoli Jabate. I live in Manchester. One of the founder of AfriSusu, that is African Unification Solidarity for Social Understanding. It's a pleasure to be on your show, The Bottom Line. My greeting to each and every one of you. Thank you for your good program.
Right, so my colleagues are here.
Okay, quickly, we've got very short time, so we'll make a question. We'll make it short.
I will stay there. They will do the question, and I will sit in the back. Anything I will support you in case of any questions or anything I have to ask. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
Well, so we go in the order like this. I will start from bottom. From the bottom, as we appear on the screen now. Padole, Francis will have to go. So Padole, then Francis, Paul, and then me. So Padole, 1 minute question, and the question will be short, precise.
Thank you very much. I appreciate for giving me the opportunity to ask the brothers. The wonderful.
You already gone 2 minutes. Just go straight to the point.
Yeah. Mr. Jabate, I'm really glad to see a young man like you coming up with this kind of brilliant ideas. So I must admire you for that. But what I want to really understand here tonight is what is this benefit the African community is going to get from the establishment that you are putting up?
All right, Mr. Dollar, thank you so much. I'm glad that you asked these questions. AfriSusu have a vision, and one of the vision is to collaborate, cooperate, and coordinate the activity of our African. The benefit here is large. You understand? What we tried to do was to develop a system where African can have a direct access to finance through a means of contribution. We developed our cherished financial institutions in Africa, where we call SUSU or what have you. And not just that, but we created a financial package for the community based on your contributions. And if there's a need for you to credit, you can come to us. We will be able to help you. Some of these things that we're going to be discussing here with regard to AfriSusu, I'm glad that you've been part of it. You know, we have on many occasions helped some member of the community. AfriSusu have done that. You know, from the day we started, we brought a vision on board, from 2015. We began legalize 2017, and what we have been doing is to institutionalize the informal financial institution in Africa or in the diaspora, you know, where we can channel it through a proper system that everybody can become a beneficiary in terms of membership.
Can I ask now, last question, if I may?
Sure, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, where is the criteria? As you said, according to your introduction statement, you said that the beneficial to the African community is if you're looking for credit, you can come there. So you can be credited with a certain number of money. Where is the criteria?
Yeah.
Where is the criteria to qualify someone to borrow from you?
Let me just quickly answer that. First of all, we are a membership funded organization. You register to become a member. There are few services that we provide. Among those services, if you are 18 and fill in our membership forms, when you fill in our membership forms, there are various services that will open up. Some are optional, and we design a program where we make you to make contributions. One of the direct benefits that we target or we design for our member is a refundable scheme. A refundable scheme is a program where you contribute. When you contribute a certain amount, it is on your subscription or membership. That subscription's minimum payment is 1,000 per year. By December, which is the disbursement, that fund that you contributed 1,000, it can go above 1,000, but the minimum is 1,000, depending on the subscription or membership fund that you fill in. Then at the end of the season, the money is refunded. That's why we call it a refundable scheme. Proceed generated as a Bonifaz member, a Bonifaz subscription holder, you become a proceed sharing beneficiary. That's one aspect. Another aspect is that we're having a program. Let me put it this way: if our member is in need, we first of all said our program is interest-free, based on the fact that we are a membership funded. Our program is interest-free. When you need fund, if there are funder member that can guarantee you. But since we started, we have not even go with that criteria that you have to bring somebody to guarantee you. This is public funding that we are doing. So if you are in need, we can make our judgment and give you the money, but later on you pay back to us. It is those recovery fund proceeds generated on that, we share it. We also do near cash investment to generate proceeds that can help us to meet with the conditions of our member by sharing the proceeds with them. So that's the direct benefit there first. Is that okay?
Thank you very much.
Well, I will pass. I mean, for me, I think in short, it's a SUSU kind of scheme that you're running in Liberia. We call it Liberia SUSU. You know, it's an informal banking sector. It's a SUSU. Is it SUSU kind of program that you running?
Precisely, let us put it that way. That's why we say we are institutionalized, the informal financial service in Africa, in Liberia. Some call it Tontin, some call it Susu. But we define it and institutionalize it in a way that it can be more legal here in the Western world. And this is the first of its kind in Europe.
Okay. Oh, that's all I have to ask. I'll be gone soon. So
thank you.
Be leaving soon.
Paul, you're muted.
Mr. Jabate, good to have you on the programs on the bottom line. And yeah, I think I was invited to this program, and I shall be in Manchester tomorrow morning by His grace.
Thank you.
Grace the occasion. How does this thing extend across Manchester? Is it only in Manchester or across the entire UK? This new scheme that you have with?
I don't know, but I may wish to know your name, but it's a very interesting question. The management been working on this. Our first concern, Manchester being a cooperative city, this is our first base, but it is our wish, that part of our vision, to extend it. We want to have branches everywhere in, how they call it, in UK. You know, that's why we are working on, because when we discussed it with some resident member in Sheffield, they were interested. You know, so it is our vision to carry nationwide. You know, what we are doing tomorrow, the conventions, the business forum conventions will be the first of its kind here, but we want to extend the convention program to other cities. If we have our franchise or our understanding with other residents in any part of UK, automatically we will work on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jabate. Welcome. I think this is the first time. Probably we have met before. I can't remember. But if we met before and I forgot, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yes, I think it's a good endeavor. I remember a long time ago, one of my former classmates from junior high school, Vasi Jabate, probably you know him by some mistake. We all established similar thing like this in Liberia. We used to call it National Social and Credit Union, with similar motive, where members will contribute when you have enough hand, then we'll credit you. But unfortunately, we have unscrupulous people in a organization who are our agents, and you know the whole team program. But I know exactly how it works and what it is. Let me ask you this question. Operating away from home in Europe, where everybody can at least survive some kind of way. How well committed you think members of your organization are to the organization? Because somebody will say, I don't care now, I don't need that here, I can get my paycheck at the end of the month. So do you think your members are actually committed and to the organization?
Really, I'll give you a story. That's a very interesting one, a commitment. You see, this is not like Africa. Like you just said, I'm glad that you are aware of the kind of thing and you are part of the kind of the institution creation. In the Western world, it's kind of difficult. Let me be very frank with you, because many of the community members use the opportunity that I have access to the bank, failing to know that in every community, there must be a formality or a design program that can be like a hope until people can realize that. Because if you go to high street lender, there are so many conditions. They have they have something they call higher rate, you know. But we stated the community that look, there's no need for this. If you need money, just come straight to the people that answer to that speak your language. If you see the operation of a SUSU within our community here, people don't talk about credit check. But you will see somebody is a member of the credit rotational SUSU from London. We have those things where you call respect and being responsible. But some people really don't look at it. And also the benefit. If I put my money into a SUSU, automatically I will take exact amount. But if I put it into a refundable program that is meant to be transacted at the end of the year, I get my money back, proceeds generated. That benefit alone is enough for you to embrace the idea. But like you said, in this part of the world, People have access. Some people will say, well, I got money, I can go to the bank. We have tackled some of the condition. A taxi driver who said, yeah, I got my money to the bank, but when they jam, they couldn't get the money from the bank. They came to us. We have to credit them. Another organization have a big event. They couldn't go to their credit lender. They couldn't go to the bank. We were able to release about 3,000 to give it to them. But what we need is to create an awareness. This program we are doing is all about awareness so people can understand what are the benefits. How do we support this program here? The more support we give to the program, it will be similar to Suffolk Credit Union. It will be similar to Manchester Credit Union. And that is your own community you are building. So this is the idea, but a little bit difficult. We have a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, the way we expect people to come in, it might not come in like that, but people are coming in gradually. Because this is from 2015, we've been operating. Now we'll be talking about our anniversary celebration. So those challenges are there, to be very frank with you.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, before. Yeah, okay, Paul, you want to go, but let me just float because I will let you will come next. But the next question I want to ask: how do you generate your interest, your profit? Because you're not making market, you're not selling nothing.
No.
Are members who put money in. So how do you generate profit on that?
I will make it very clear to you. Let that be clear onto your viewer as well. This institution, truly speaking, is not a charity. It is a profit-making institution called Community Interest Company. We are allowed to engage into legal business to raise profit for our survival. Let me make that very clear. It is not an institution where you say we are operating on charity business. No, we are operating on a business profit-making program, number one. Number two, there are a series of activities. Let me just outline some of the activities that we do to make us to raise money. We have our business model support program development. We have ethic investment program where we go into doing partnership, we go into getting involved with some businesses. Like for instance now, our fundraising program that is coming up, they are all part of generating income for the organization because we have to rely on an income capacity generation program to raise money. So we are involved in every aspect of profit-making program. The vision we have is not just limited to giving loan or collecting money. Okay, we are also involved in doing legitimate business. Sooner or later, let somebody ask, we might have a money transfer system. All these are part of the project that we are developing.
Jonathan, will you mind telling us
Okay,
I just want to ask a question. Let me tell her what the program will look like from tomorrow to Sunday, and how many people we're expecting. What are the people going to key points and for the benefit of those that could be in the Manchester area and I want to come around, what is it going to look like for the next 2 days?
In the first place, we will have the Afrisusu Live Business Conventions. The 2-day event, we have our business forum. The business forums, we have dignitary, our press panel coming from London and other part of UK. You have a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Morrison. They're going to be talking about the outline of the topic on the business forum.
Sorry, Jawati, let me hold you, Mr. Jawati. Will you just give a highlight or what the day going to look like and the 2 days?
Yeah, thank you. Right. So for the first day, part one is the business forum. That will start from 12 o'clock up to 5. There will be a break and networking in the business forum tomorrow.
Okay. What we expect to hear from the business forum, like topics that are quite interesting for people to understand. Like in terms of business forum, what is it like in the business forum going to look like?
1 second, I just throw light on that one now. In the business forum, we're going to be discussing the business forum. Let me just give you all. We talk about breaking barrier, building the legacy, the transformation, power of minority. That's the thing. To how to find and access to capital for your business. Somebody will be discussing that. That is approach for minority, migrant, small and medium enterprise. building a cross-border network. That is about building trading across. Meaning that if you want to have a trading partner in Liberia or any part of the region where you're from, country of origin. Then the last one would be death and duty and consultation. That is about insurance, life understanding, life insurance, heritage tax, advantage for ethnic minority community. These are the 4 major topics that we are all on the business forum.
Okay, that's fine. So go on quickly. Summarize the day now for us.
So for the business forum, that's the major key factor. We will be sharing, as the program is over, we will be sharing the itinerary for the business forum tonight. We may ask your platform to share it with all your audience as well. From there, we will be having our heritage festival. That is, we are organized a diversity culture activity for the night. And these are all part of our awareness. We are not just about financial marketing or this, we are also about socialization. The more you socialize, the more you build up trust in the community. So this program for the night is all about diversity. AfriSusu is not just concentrated on one area. We are a broad-based organization membership. So our diversity program will start from 6 o'clock up to the wee hour. Come and have some fun with some traditional dance, So you guys are all invited to join on the dance floor tomorrow night. So that will be for the Saturday night. And the big one where we have fully prepared ourselves for is engaging the youth into some kind of sporting activity that will bring unity within our community. Sharing the vision of AfriSusu. So tomorrow, let me say Sunday, will be our outdoor activity where we have a football tournament. In that football tournament, some of our Liberians have accepted to be our dignitary. Official kickoff and launching will be done by one of our sisters. She's been very active in the Liberian community, Linda Marshall. Okay, and the presentation of the trophy will be done by ULO president. That was our selection by the management of AfriSusu. So from us, the good thing about it is the initiative is by Liberian, purely a Liberian initiative. That is a plus for us. Let me make that very clear. So on Sunday, it's not just limited to football. The cookout will be there. There will be a little barbecue that will be served to get that type of social networking with the community member. So that will come at the end of the day of the convention, 2-day convention. We hope to expand it next year, but this year is our main focus. So you are all welcome. That's it for the event, the 2 days spectacular event. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Can I ask my one question again, please, if I'm allowed?
Go on, please. Go on. We need to go on, Mr. Dole.
According to Mr. Jabate, said that
I don't know if Paul or any of the other people still have a question, but I think for me, I think it's clear. Even the promo or that video explains a lot to us. So I have no more question for Mr. Jabate. All I can wish you guys is successful program tomorrow, and we hope that you can extend this thing to other parts of Europe, and we hope that the program tomorrow, particularly tomorrow, will be a success, and then from right there, that can be your springboard to other parts of Europe.
Thank you.
So, all right. Thank you very much. Listen, Mr. Javates, I'm so glad. I'm proud of you that coming over this kind of brilliant ideas. I'm very, very proud of you. That I would like to know one thing based on your initial explanations, how the AfriSusu going to be operating in terms of generating funds and also having profits. So the members will have their share at the end of the years when their capital being refunded to them. The profits will be shared with them. So how will you distribute information to the members about the profit making? The profit that being by the AfriSusu for the fiscal year.
Okay. Firstly, The activity of AfriSusu is purely a transparent programs. What comes in belongs to the member. That's what we do. We do not have anything that you call shareholder or what have you. We might have a funder as a guarantor or something, but everything that belongs to the member. On that day, because we have, let me just give you clearly on the issue. At the program tomorrow, we will be giving you a brochure that have the detail of our program, our activity. How do we raise money? What do we do? Everything is here. Inside, we'll be sharing. We've been sharing it since 2015. That's one. Two, here are some of the areas that we try as much as possible to achieve. It's not just about event like this. It is about the collaboration of every member. As we grow, we have almost about 200 to 300 tickets, which is about 5 or 6 booklets. You know, I know my participation in AfriSusu is a beneficiary to me based on the fact that AfriSusu will make profit. And one of the areas that we'll be making profit, if each and every one of us contributed to the sale of or to become an agent, where some people call referral. If you were in there, Mr. Dollar, and you create a referral scheme, that's a benefit there. Because the more our profit become realistic, the more our business become prosperous, the more the membership become a beneficiary. So if we invest in anything, we also count on our member to be a sales representative, a sales executive, because the benefit is coming to each and every one of us. That's a key point I will all learn to you right now. If we say we are going to invest in this, absolutely our membership, if we get 150 members, and 150 members become a salesperson, we will never be left behind. That's a key point that I want to stress right now. So those are key beneficial or the key or surviving arm, because everybody is making a contribution one way or the other. Like we said before, it is not a charity. It is a profit company, CRC. That's how we operate.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. If any question, no question from guys, we want to say Mr. Family Jabate, he's the CEO, Chief Executive Officer.
Chima, I know Chima want to.
Yeah, whatever. Go on, Linfo. Linfo have some issue with internet. Go on, you were saying something.
No,
I want to wish the Mr.
Yeah,
Jabate.
I was asking whether you guys still want to say something. Chajala Brown raised this question, but I think Mr. Jabate addressed it later on. I mean, earlier on today, he said they are trying to extend it to other parts of England or UK. You know, so if you live in Manchester, you can be a member. If you live in maybe London, you can also be a member. And that's what I said, that tomorrow's program will be the springboard for them, because when they succeed tomorrow, or even if they do not reach that expectation, right? But at least when they have that program, at least they have established something. And then because from 2015 until now, that's about 10 years. So they are all enough. So I think membership is not limited to Manchester only. So I think he addressed that earlier on.
All right.
But Paul, Tima, anything else?
No, let Paul, I'll be the last person because I'm part of this program as well as the managing director. He being a CEO, so I'll let him to do the talking.
You don't want to be like a class reloader, right? The minister there.
No, I want him. No. I want you to. He know. I know he's well equipped to do the talking. So in case there's any shortage, I'll come in to fill in. But okay, I'll just give the floor to talk. Paul, go on.
Yeah, for our audience, Mr. Jabate, they talk about, I think if I heard you right, about £1,000 contribution for a year. And if that, how do you spread that into payment? If people interested from Birmingham, London that want to join this, how can they join this scheme, and how the payments something is structured that they can tap into it? Is it £1,000 they won't go, or is spread over the 12 months?
All right, thank you, Paul. I think that's a very good question. I think we left that out. The payment method on the refundable subscription, there is a caution there. How many chip? The chip is 25 per chip. Minimum chip is 5. So you're going to pick up 125. That 125 is the one will be payment on quarterly basis. Sorry, it's about 25 per hand. That's about 6, and the total will be about 250 per quarter. Are you following me? 250, that's the minimum hand you can take. If you multiply that one by 4 quarters, it will be 1,000. That's the minimum payment there for every member. So if you want to extend it, you can extend it. Now, the payments start from January. Our membership drive starts from October. This year, October, we'll be doing a membership drive. At the program tomorrow, there will be a form that will be circulating where you can put your name, your telephone number, your email. The management team will get back to you to acknowledge you. When are we going to launch our membership drive? Every year we launch a membership drive. Then the disbursement period for the year ends in December. This year, December, we'll be having a business award ceremony and gala anniversary. So that's what we do. So at the end of December, by December, disbursement take place. So minimum, as you said, like I said before, minimum is 1,000 per person, and that money is refundable.
Okay, thank you.
Any question, guys? So if you have any question, or if Dorothy can help, I'll also help to answer him. So if nothing, then we want to tell Mr. Jabate, thank you very much for coming. And if you're around Manchester area, you're in Greater Manchester, please, we ask you to come. Tomorrow is going to be a big event. Don't miss it. And you're not going to be the same again. We are involved into it as a community. We want you to feel free. You want to have your own. You know what happened? What we noticed here, gentlemen, if you're watching us, when we came to the area, we noticed that sometimes you're a giant. You have problem financial issues. You can't rush to the bank. You can't rush to the lenders. You need some support. You need to go to the community to help you out. We've had that. We've done that for the past 10 years. We don't want to name names here that we've been helping out. We've been giving out organizations that are organizing programs. We're getting that funding to support their funding programs. And sometimes we get a little, profit on top of it, just as community support. We're also organizing, first time we're organizing a community football event tournament. We're not getting anything out of that. We're not making money out of that. We're not even paying, people pay money to go to business forum. It's going to be free tomorrow. The only thing we ask for to pay for will be the dance in the night. So if you look at it, literally, we're making everything free. For you to feel free and be part of the society that you own. So we ask you, if you're in the Manchester area, Greater Manchester, please come be part of the show tomorrow and get a new experience. I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Jawate, the CEO of Afrisuzu Foundation CS, for coming. And can you give a last parting comment for us? What do you have to tell us tonight before you leave us?
Mr. Kamara, thank you so much. What we can say to the panelists right now or to your audience, we ask everybody to be a member, take advantage of this opportunity. This is a new start. If we all join to support it, it will make our economic state more easier. We have easy access to our own economic design program. And I ask people tomorrow, come and watch what we're going to do. The video information is in detail. It will tell you exactly what we have in mind. Our vision is very clear. Thank you for giving me the time to talk to the audience, and I wish you all the best. Continue your good job.
I want to wish Mr. Jawate bid him farewell by playing the video for the show tonight. So, gentlemen, I hope you can bear with me. Let me play it for the last time so we can ask the guests to take a leave of it. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Are you ready to experience something far from ordinary? Introducing the Afrisuzu event, a bold and strategic community initiative rooted in collaboration, coordination, and cooperation. A movement designed to uplift, empower, and transform our communities. Over the course of 2 unforgettable days, we invite you to be part of something special. The Afrisuzu Lifestyle Business Forum, where entrepreneurs, innovators, and change makers meet to inspire and grow. The Heritage Festival, a dynamic celebration of cultural diversity, tradition and pride, the largest socialization and cultural showcase of its kind, and the official launch of the Afri-Soso Community Annual Sports Tournament, the ACAST Solidarity League, promoting unity, teamwork, and youth empowerment through sports. Outdoor recreation, music, food, plenty of joyful moments that reflect the heartbeats of our communities. This is more than an event. It's a platform for legacy, connection, and progress. Be there, be seen, be part of the Afri-Soso vision. Afri-Soso events, not just an event, a legacy in motion. Day and night event, Saturday 28th June 2025 at Royal Sultan, Crampton Street, Old Arm, OL9 9ET, Manchester, UK. Time 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Outdoor event, Sunday 29th June 2025 at St. Martin's Road, 48 Rosie Road, Old Arm, OL8 2PZ, Manchester, UK. Be there, be seen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm
Have a
leaving.
nice day. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for being with us. Guys.
Okay, we want to say thank you to Chima and Mr. Jamate, and probably a lot of guys, people in London will be joining, and
Yes.
I know I can see Paul smiling. I
No,
know,
Paul is a special guest. If you don't know, Paul is a special guest. You should have been here tonight. We made a royal.
All right, ask me.
Mr. Chopper is already having a royal.
There.
No, but
Kerry the King, tell you, this is what we are doing.
quite interesting. That what is happening here, we only have one Liberian guest speakers. The rest are for Uganda, Jamaica, what is that again? And Ghana. And these guys are speaking on different topics of how we develop African community. And can you imagine this? And also from Africa.
Let me ask you. I mean,
Go on.
Do you guys have other nationality? I mean, all Africans.
Yes. Yes. As members, yeah, correct. Yes, we are. We are people who have been registering as members for years. They're all from different countries.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
and now,
guys, I think it was a good show.
Yeah.
And, I want us to summarize what all we have discussed tonight as we parting, because we can imagine 2 hours and 25 minutes. So let us take the next 5 minutes or so to summarize what all we have said as our parting comment. I will start with Padole. I can see, Padole, we got to let it rest more. So Padole, you want to go first?
You want to ask all the security? You want to ask all the security questions? That's the problem.
Yeah, no matter anybody, but your boss, no matter.
I'm not tired, to be honest, and we can stay on for another 1 hour. I don't have no problem with that. But what I'm trying to, really something.
President Padole will be my special AD camp.
not just the great advisor.
Yeah. Everything I turn around and say, Papi, what do you say?
My turning issue tonight is what really caught my attention, and I now have the opportunity to discuss it with you guys, is I saw it in the Daily News in Liberia.
Okay.
Criminal could A judge survive from net attack.
Oh.
And, yes, it's in the Daily News. If you go there, I send it to Portland. Sure, and that's looking really big, scary in our country. If the judge then can be attacking at night, what would be the outcome of our judicial system? Because that will have something to do with the decision making by the judge then on a sensitive issue. Because if the judge feel that his life is seriously threatened and he handling high profile cases, he will be very, very skeptical how to make us sound decisions. There's a noise.
I think someone had to sound. Therefore, need to mute himself. Okay, go on, Mr. Dolly. I think it's clear. Go on.
Okay. So that's really, very scary. So I don't know if it's, you people have any further details on that, but we don't have the time right now to discuss it. And that was very, very scary from my experience in security. One is people's lives are not secure and they are not well protected by the state security is a recipe to kill. Because when a country is coming to get in disarray, these are the things that can happen. So it's very, very scary. So I don't know whether somebody have any details explanation
Yeah,
on that.
it's quite interesting. Only Paul is coming on it, but Mr. Dollar, what is happening? You expect this to happen in a political situation or toxic situation? You know, we saw in the case of Nancy Pelosi husband being attacked. Their house was went in and attacked the husband, and that's happened in many areas. Even compared to Liberia, with the weak security system we have, advanced country like USA system being infiltrated, and other countries as well. So we just need to call on the government to just pull up enough security for our government officials, our people that are fighting for justice and fighting against corruptions, and so they will not be personally attacked. It's a system we need to be aware. We take security very lightly in Liberia, very lightly in Liberia, which we shouldn't do. And this is what happened in the situation of the Capitol building. I mean, I don't know what's happening. That building is one of the well-guarded buildings in Liberia. Why would happen if you got gutted with fire? Those are things we keep asking questions. And we wonder, this is why people still think it's government's hand in it. How can a well-secured building be got with fire and nobody can give evidence? So a lot of things happening. With these things, people die. You know, last 2 years or a year ago and a half, with the auditors dying, many other people in government offices dying. So we need to be very cautious of our life, not only in Liberia, many other places. If you are in the high office or offices working for where you deal with sensitive cases, we got to be very careful. Political killing, those are very, very assassin coming after you is very common. It's very common.
Yeah.
Paul Linford can attest to that. This is what happened. The people are higher. In Nigeria, it's one of the country, I'm not with no disrespect, Nigeria, one of the country like, I mean, how do you call that? How do you call this word? This, if you are, the kidnapping is one of the, it's the order of the day, and apart from even killing.
Yeah, they can do that for ransoms. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are things that happen. We don't even have that in Liberia where you have kidnapping, killing, and stuff like that.
Let me tell you guys, some of the reason why some of this hard criminality is not happening in our country. I will tell you from my security experience. We don't have a road network that criminal can easily escape. So for this reason, and secondly, the population of our country is very small. We are intertwined, we know one another.
Yeah.
So some of the kidnapping issue there is not possible in our communities because of that. But what is really happening now that making me to be curious about the issue is the way the judges are making their decisions, incarcerating people and releasing image from prison is very, very scary. He can also make their life very much fragile. He can make their life to be very insecure. One case, one of the cases that just happened quite recently is the Fadika issue. Fadika was sent to prison by the court, and less than 2 hours, the see men were released. He released the man up a person no one knows from central prison. That is very, very questionable. So all these things then can make the people angry to go after the judges. Then that's what I can say here.
Wow, thank you for that information. Probably we'll look into it next week when we meet, because when the place is very unsecure, anything can happen. Yeah. And remember, in Liberia, we don't have security. Everybody go to Liberia, you security on your own. I mean, remember the former president said people should install CCTV. That alone can. Linford, please mute.
Sure.
Different guy coming for you, but they want you to go look after them.
That alone can tell you that the country is not secure. Look, you get a lot of young people that snatch people mobile phone, sitting down in jail compound for over 5-6 years. No justice for them. And these are the things that people get angry for, and they take it on those judges that send in the court. So it can be only political, it can be anything. Somebody for land dispute. Those are issues that if you get power, you get away with it. And the person who done, they don't have power, get hurt, and they go after the judge. So those things happen, and the country need to look at it. So we'll be discussing that issue next week when we meet. But yeah, I think it's a good thing that you mentioned. We'll look at it, and we can investigate on the security wise, because people look, there's a leader that just got killed and burned that want to settle in Liberia. No, so up to now, there's no Shalom Musu, something that get that free death. And the family too, you know, they free the people that were accused, that were convicted, not accused, but convicted. So somebody be angry and go after the people that released them. Those are things that happen. So, but tonight it was a good show. And on the international scene, what we look at the aftermath of the 12 days war, that Israel now is now scary to ever make a attempt again to go after the Iranians, because what they show them, these guys, is just the beginning. That try or next time will come harder on you. You have a small country and you keep going around disturbing countries, but this time around they got the bloody nose from somebody who is powerful than them. Because they think that they do, you are asleep, unaware, they come and snatch things from you, say, oh, we stop your airplane from flying so we take over your sky, because they're the police people of the world now, and no one can say anything. So what these guys are showing us, they have, Iran have a lot of followers from what has happened in the 12 days, because I really wanted this war to continue, for Israel to taste their own medicine, but because they ran behind America, so that war stopped. And the American knew that if they were going to continue, the 40,000 troops that based in that region were going to be like the Iraq days. In the UK, they brought thousands of 18 years old home for burial. So, and they knew what was coming, so they decided, let's stop this nonsense. And I think it will not happen again, and that Israel will not go picking on countries that are stronger than them. So this is the thing, because what the Iranians did today, I think we'll look at that on Tuesday. They got all information on Israeli nuclear weapons site. It will play on Press TV. I have the recording. We'll show that next week. People can see that they have the information, so they can now make the case to have their own nuclear weapon, and no one going to stop them. So on the international thing, what is happening in Kenya? I mean, it just for African. We say we want to be democratic country like the West, but then when it comes to protest, we kill our own people, which is wrong. But above all, it was good. We had the what's the name of the Arsusu? Susu. And that is quite a good thing. I will be in Manchester 11 a.m. tomorrow morning.
I'll be there, boss. We'll be together. Don't worry.
To brace the okay. So I meant to be there tonight, but because of the work schedule, I could not make. I'll be there tomorrow to represent the bottom line and people from London as well. So Linford, how be burning. They may prepare special food for me. I'm going to enjoy myself over there.
No, and the Saturday we'll take you around Manchester. Don't worry, Paul. You get all the royal treats.
I will see you in the night, because
I will take Paul around to give him a royal treat in Manchester. Manchester, where God lives.
And unfortunately, from London, I have never been anywhere up. Only south.
God.
The southern part of England is of the UK.
You know, people used to say Birmingham
used to be.
People used to say Birmingham used to be the better one, but now Manchester are taking over. I mean, it's the hottest place right now.
It's a motorculture system.
And I mean, if you see what's happening in this place, every weekend there's something going on. Every weekend something going on. So, Paul, come and have your royal treatment. This friend of King Charles. Yes. Guys, thank you very much. Lifa, what you got to tell us? Let's wrap it now.
Unfortunately, I've never been anywhere above London. All my everything in the UK is south. So if you talk about the southern cities, that my area.
Okay, we are in Northwest.
Bonimore, and Essex, all the way to Brighton, then Southampton, all the little villages. And there is one little village I stay a mile, very conservative. I have one of my professors from there. They got teaching our business. It's called it's new after that pistol. I go west what?
As Paul was born in the UK, I was not born here. I came from a village.
Yeah, I'm going. That pistol. West. Oh man, it's very close. So that place is called. When you go there, when you walk in the streets, man, like now in the UK, the people are different. Everybody mind their business. Yeah. So, but you know, I would have loved to be in Manchester, but you know, one day I'll make it. On the international front.
That's the name. Western.
No, not Western. No, not that one. It has the name that pistol. That's what I'm going.
Western Supreme.
Oh, no, not Western Supreme. But anyway, the Isle of Man close to us. So I know Isle of Man or when they can we go there straight away. They can walk.
All right. Sure.
Yeah, they can walk in group. Every time they come to Southampton, when they come to Southampton, they walking in group, and the way they get talk, we know straight. The three people can all they walking in group. But you know, on the international front today, I think let me just tell you guys the bold fact about the war between Iran and Israel. Israel had a plan for this war. And anybody that goes to war, if I'm going to war against Paul or Tima or Patele, there's a plan, something I want to achieve. The plan that Israel had was, number one, regime change. Number two, to stop, or if at all Iran had any nuclear program to damage it. Those were the two plans. But do you know that Israel failed miserably? Number one, they couldn't change the regime. Number two, with the help of America, they could not even touch. They didn't even touch anything. If Iran had nuclear program or whatever, they didn't touch anything. That American press itself, that the American people can, even Donald Trump himself admitted that these people moved that thing before. So they took the war. Israel lost the war, both politically and physically. They lost the war, and nobody can deny that. While we're talking, I'm a friend here now watching something that somebody posted. Can you imagine that our underground station was totally damaged? You know, the train, the whole place was damaged, but they're not showing those pictures because of seeing. And sorry for my background noise, but if, like I said before, if Israel were winning this war, it will be continuing by now. Trust me, it will be continuing. Why you think they are continuing in Gaza all the time? In Gaza will reply in similar manner like Iran did. But like Paul said, I think they have learned that lesson. They will not just go around before they fight anybody, they got away. And Tuesday I said this on this program. Other countries around Israel, even down to the Gaza, now they know that weak point there is nothing like any Iron Dome. Okay? So all the other countries, anytime Israel try anything with Lebanon or in Syria, or any, they will respond with whatever they get, whether that rubber gun they get, they will respond with it. All that nonsense. It's just like, you know, you get one guy in the town who feeds Jaron because he got watches, he walking, and some that little boy knocking down in the town, everybody will say, oh my man, you're not strong. They will test him. And anytime Israel try anything, they will go for them. And worst of all, they should not try with Iran. But I think it was a good show. And then the burial of President Doe, I think we all came to one agreement that he needed a burial no matter what happened in the past. You know, he was a leader. he was the president of the country. It could be any of us here, anybody here could become president, and whether you are good or bad, nobody's good. Some presidents, I work with Taylor. Some people hated Taylor, and some who were close to Taylor who knew him. And sometimes the Sister Menye said, some people they say during the Truth and Reconciliation hearing, I will hear some people talking some things about Taylor because that tell or forehand information. Somebody tell Paul go tell Timaj, tell me. So I'll add my own little thing to make it sweet. But again, there is no good leader, no bad leader. It depends what the person did and who he did it to and who were close to him. So Joe, in any case, was a president, and he got a proper burial today. At least, even if he was not in that casket, but at least people can point to it and say this is his grave. And then the Afro Susu thing, like we say, I will miss it, but again, it's a good initiative by Liberians in the diaspora. And these are some of the things we want. We don't want saying, there was one Liberian involving this in jail. There was one Liberian involving robbery, the police looking for him. No, we want ourselves and our children to have a better life. And these are some of the things I want to do. By default, we all can benefit somehow. So I think it was a good show. I want to say thank you to everybody, to Padole, to Paul, and everybody else. Paul and Chimai, want to take us home with those two promos, the Afro Susu and our for the stuff.
Now do favor for our commercial break now, so we'll leave away. Where's our commercial? Paul, can you run that, please?
Yeah, take us with those two commercials. Yeah.
Paul?
Di Lorenzo, G Grace. Hems vocal, Liberian number one vocal, Liberian number one, right? Okay.
The phrase, a new sheriff is in town, does not only belong to law enforcement. How about the introduction of Liberia's premier vodka, a quality and customized liquor for all occasions? Try the flavor of your choice. Hems Vodka, Hems Honey, Hems Bitter, and Hems Original Vodka. Hems Vodka has no hangover. That's why they say Papa drank Mama happy. Hems Vodka is sold in all stores, shops, supermarkets, and entertainment centers in Liberia. For wholesale, contact Hems Vodka at 0777 001114, 0777 000-979. We can also be reached via social media on Facebook and IG at Hems Vodka or www.hensvodka.com. In the United States, please contact Hems North America Incorporated at 610-543-9289, 484-888-1622, 484-755-8411. Hems Vodka is approved by the U.S. federal government. Hems Vodka brings out the real man in you.
I tell you in my boy and my blog, every time when I stay on the block, everybody knows it, we have stand. Hems Vodka, that number one, from Liberia all around, in supermarket store and everywhere, Hems Vodka, that number one.
Are you ready to experience something far from ordinary? Introducing the AfriSusu event, a bold and strategic community initiative rooted in collaboration, coordination, and cooperation, a movement designed to uplift, empower, and transform our communities. Over the course of 2 unforgettable days, we invite you to be part of something special, the AfriSusu Lifestyle Business Forum, where entrepreneurs, innovators, and change makers meet to inspire and grow. The Heritage Festival, a dynamic celebration of cultural diversity, tradition and pride, the largest socialization and cultural showcase of its kind, and the official launch of the AfriSusu Community Annual Sports Tournament, the ACAST Solidarity League, promoting unity, teamwork, and youth empowerment through sports. Outdoor recreation, music, food, plenty of joyful moments that reflect the heartbeats of our communities. This is more than an event. It's a platform for legacy, connection, and progress. Be there, be seen, be part of the AfriSoso vision. AfriSoso event, not just an event, a legacy in motion. Day and night event, Saturday 28 June 2025 at Royal Sultan, Crampton Street, Old Arm, OL9 9ET, Manchester, UK. Time 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Outdoor event, Sunday 29 June 2025 at St. Martin's Road, 48 Rosie Road, Old Arm, OL8 2PZ, Manchester, UK. Be there, be seen.
This is The Bottom Line Liberia. Join us on Facebook,